What is up, NFC West football fans, and welcome into another edition of the NFC West Roundtable. 48 hours. That's all that separates us from now and the NFL Draft. The first round of the 2025 NFL Draft kicks off in just 2 days from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And on tonight's episode, one final mock draft. I know you've seen 1,000. Make it 1,001. Tonight, we give the final mock draft before we dive into the real thing. The big difference here, last episode, we did the PFF mock draft. Tonight, we do the PFN mock draft. And if you're big into the mock drafts, you know there is a substantial difference. We're going to see what it looks like on PFN. And Jesse just reminded us, he was kind enough to go down and write all of the draft picks we made last time on PFF. So we're going to compare those to those. That's what's coming your way tonight on the NFC West Roundtable. Before we dive into it, as always, the NFC West Roundtable is powered by Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code RTS once you download the app. That will get you a $1,000 bonus credit plus a free pick. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code RTS to get a $1,000 bonus credit plus a free pick. And without further ado, let's bring in the fellas, Mike, Brandon, Jake, and Jesse. I just said it, fellas. 2 days left. Feels like we've been doing mock drafts for 2 months. Well, we have been doing them for 2 months, some longer. I'm the AFC East, so my fellow Jets friends have been doing mock drafts since about October of last year. This time of the year is very exciting, especially for those who have been doing them forever. It's almost there. We're almost there. You fellas pumped or what? Are you excited?
Oh, yeah. I'm ecstatic.
Good to hear. Well, I hope you're excited for more mock drafts. That's what we have coming your way tonight. I hope you're locked in and ready to show us what you think is going to happen. We've done enough by now. We have taken the time to go through a million of these, see where we think the board's going to fall and who our teams are going to take. So tonight, we're going to do our best to try and see what is going to happen just roughly 48 hours from now. So as you can see, we have PFN up. If you're not familiar, this is one of the better mock draft simulators out there, far different than PFF. This one, from my estimation, and we were talking off camera, fellas, you tend to agree, this seems to be a bit more accurate. I was saying PFF, I have the Bills defense going from what it is now to the 85 Bears in about 2 nights on PFF. So this one's a little bit more to the point. It's also way more difficult to trade on here. So you have to be very strategic in terms of how you want to trade in order to get something done. So with that said, I want to double check here before I do hit the go button. You can't change the speed mid draft like you can on PFF on this one. So are you guys good with just going fast mode and then we'll pause whenever necessary?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
And then also real quick, I know last week we said we could do, what was it? 1 trade, right?
Yes.
Do we want to stick to that or do we want to talk?
Yeah.
One trade.
One trade.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
1 trade it is. Jackson kicks us off before we dive in. He's saying, go Cardinals. He's rooting for you here, Mike. He wants a stellar final mock draft from you.
That might be the first Cardinal super chat ever on this channel. Let's go.
How about it, Jackson? Setting good vibes going into the draft in a couple of days. I love it. All right. All 4 of your teams selected. 7 rounds selected. Fast mode selected. Enter draft. Hit. And here we go. Let's start it off. Towards the top, we're rocking and rolling already, and boom, we're already at San Francisco at pick 11. Looks like Detroit wants to give you their entire future for pick 11 here.
Doing that.
Wow.
For
Well,
let's
go-
I could see it.
Go next. Go next. I want to see what.
Wow.
465.
Wow.
Is there another offer?
Well, the Giants are offering you either their first next year, too.
How do you not take that?
Yeah,
Jesse?
you can be picking first overall next year.
The problem is like I don't get to do mock for next year, right? So I got to wait till 35. Like that's crazy.
Wow,
So,
Cleveland's
you
offering
got a top 5 pick coming next year, though.
You
I
are
know.
guaranteed to pick in the top 8 with these 2 teams right here. This is
Jesse,
incredible.
come on now, my guy. Arch
No way.
Manning is right there. Like,
not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right, let's. I'm rejecting these. I'm
All
rejecting
right,
these.
Jesse's sticking to his guns, although, man, I mean, wow, I haven't seen anything quite like that.
Stronger man than I.
No
to be fair,
doubt.
I would have done the same.
No question. All right, so here we can see in front of you the board as it's fallen so far up to 11. Tyler Warren off the board, McMillan off the board, and the usual suspects towards the top. A couple of different selections there than maybe you'd anticipate. I see the Patriots going with Membu there. What looks good here, Jesse, at 11? You turned down an absolute wealth of picks, so it must be worth it to pick at 11 here.
Well, I want to do something that makes myself a little uncomfortable here, and something that I have not done. I'm going to go with a player that I personally would not take, but I really think the 49ers are going to consider this player here, and just see how it falls. So for me, I would normally go Nolan here, maybe Jahdae Barron or Mykel Williams. Last week, I went with Nolan. I traded back, I think, 2 spots and went with Nolan. But I'm going to make myself uncomfortable. I'm going to go with Kelvin Banks Jr. I think that he is a player that the 49ers are very high on. I could see them drafting him in this spot. So let's do a worst case scenario. Let's go with the pick that pisses me off the most and see if I can make something of the rest of the draft.
Why does it piss you off the most, just based on how you look at it?
Because I don't think that he's a tackle at the next level. I think he's better suited to play guard, and I think taking a guard at 11 overall is not ideal. I do think he can play tackle, but I don't think he would be elite at it. I think he would be average as far as a starting left tackle in the league. I think he would be an elite guard. And so for me, I just think it's too early to take a player like that. So
why do you think this is where San Francisco's leaning? We've heard a lot of top caliber defensive players being mocked to San Fran. Why, in your estimation, would this be the move come Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Nolan's a possibility. I do think that Mykel Williams is a possibility. I mean, I really think you can make a case for 10 guys or more here. But Kelvin Banks is a name that I've just heard a lot. I've even starting to hear him in the top 10, which is kind of crazy to me. So if he's there, knowing that the 49ers next year may not have Trent Williams and also may not have really any of their offensive linemen outside of Pooney at right guard, they need offensive line help. They may look at it and say, we're not going to be this high again. We really like Kelvin Banks Jr. Maybe they have him rated as their number 1 tackle or their number 2 tackle. And so I could see them going with Kelvin Banks here.
All right. Well, San Fran gets that offensive line help indeed out of Texas. Kelvin Banks Jr., the first player off the board here in the NFC West. We move on to Arizona. They're getting some trade offers.
He's my number 2 tackle, by the way. I love Kelvin Banks Jr. My number 1 is Josh Simmons, though. I thought his tape was outstanding.
Oh, Simmons is incredible. Oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah. So this Jacksonville trade scenario, that looks kind of nice to me. Mike, what do you think going into Thursday? Not just in terms of the selection at 16, but the possibility of a potential trade back. Is that something you could see happening on Thursday?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I definitely think that anything's on the table when it comes down to the Arizona Cardinals and how Monty Austin-Fort is going to approach this first round. We've heard that obviously a trade back is up there. We also heard, trade up can be a possibility, not from the 16th overall, but potentially trading back into the first round. Obviously, rumors are rumors, right? But, I do think that there's going to be some sort of, I think there's some truth to that because I think Monty Austin-Fort is looking to, ace this draft, and we can go ahead and get like 3 or 4 starters. That would be absolutely amazing with the 6 picks that we have. So we'll have to kind of make do with the picks that we got. But right now, I do see Cincinnati going a trade back, and they're going to give us a 2nd round pick next year. I think ideally, obviously, I think that would be a move that probably sounds great for a pick. Was it 2026 is what it says?
Bump back a spot for a second. That doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so bad at all for next year, but they are taking our 115 as well. I'm going to try to, in a real life scenario, I probably would take that one. I don't want to get out of the first round. I wanted to pick so if there was any other picks like in the 20s, I think I would humor that a little bit more as opposed to just completely getting out of the first round in general. So I'm going to reject these.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a look at the available players on the board right now. And I think what I'm going to do this time around, who went? So I'm going to go after a player that probably the Arizona Cardinals won't get, but I really, really do like coming out of the draft. Last week, I ended up going after Jalen Walker, and I think it's a stud pick, but I want to kind of change it up this time around. Give me Mike Green. I would love to bring him and an Arizona Cardinal, but obviously those SA allegations are a little too, maybe a little too rich for the Arizona Cardinals with Monty Austin-Fort, but I love him as a player. I think he's going to be a really outstanding edge player here for the Cardinals. So give me Mike Green.
Mike Green, it is. Now, you said you were considering Jalen Walker. So for the most part, you think inevitably come Thursday, this is going to be relatively the type of move, some sort of defensive player, whether it be linebacker or edge.
Yeah, I think it's going to fall somewhere around the realm of a defensive lineman. I think that's where the Cardinals are going to go. It can be offensive line. I think trenches is where it's mainly going to go. Actually, now let me take it back. I'm sorry. Now that you didn't click it, instead of doing that, we're going to go Michael Williams. I want to actually stay true to a player that the Cardinals actually have met with, and we haven't met with Mike Green. Although I would love them to, they haven't. So let's actually go Michael Williams just to kind of change the pick from last week. I still do like Jalen Walker, but I just don't think he's going to be there. I think the Panthers are going to swoop him up.
Love it. That's why I'm patient on the trigger finger, fellas. Michael Williams, Arizona Cardinal at pick 16.
Mike Green has had 0 top 30 visits, from what I understand. Not a single top 30 visit, which is interesting. Yeah,
really.
That's really interesting because normally those top 30 visits are actually like people look at them a little differently. From what I've heard, I've talked to some scouts about this. Those top 30 visits are normally to like check some boxes, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have any questions about anybody. So
you would think that he would get some,
I
right?
doubt all 32 teams are like, sign me the hell up, no strings attached. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's refusing to take them. That could also be the case.
That's interesting. Let's see what Brandon's got going on. 2 picks down from where Mike just picked at pick 16. We got 3 trade offers, 1 from Washington, 1 from Jacksonville, 1 from Miami. Anything stand out to you, Brandon, before we hit the pick?
Let me go to that second offer again, please. Or no, sorry. Maybe it was the Carolina offer there.
We got Washington.
Yeah, that one right there. Hold on. That one right there. That one looks kind of tasty to me.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to go ahead and take that offer. I didn't trade back last week, so I'll trade back here.
Yes. I love it, man. That's great.
I wanted you to take Walter Nolan for the culture, but
For the
there is no reality that exists where my Hawks take Walter Nolan. Thank God.
Brando,
not even Thanos can make that happen, Jesse.
Brando, you and I see it. We're on the same side there with Walter Nolan. I don't see a first round talent at all.
I can see exactly why people are getting suckered into it too. That's the other part of this is it's what I don't see, and then it's also when you see a prospect of why people are getting hyped on him, because it's a one thing where you go, I don't just get it at all, but no, I see what it is, but I'm telling you guys are going to be looking at fool's gold. And Jesse, you shouldn't be freaking so excited about this because you've been here with Kinlaw 3 years ago. You went just down the same freaking road. It's not the exact same player, but it's the exact same kind of situation with the type of player coming out where you're going to get all caught up on the little, ooh, look at him penetrating. He's such a penetrator. Look at how he penetrates. And then you go back to what he does consistently and you're like, wait, why don't I get that like playing and play out?
Saying that?
Such a penetrator.
He's such a penetrator.
No essay allegations, but I'm just saying.
Well, maybe if you did end up wanting to go Walter Nolan, from some of the mocks I've seen, maybe 36, you could end up getting him where you could have got him at 18. But I love this trade decision for you, Brandon. 36, 70, and 88 acquired for pick 18. So you're trading out of the first round for a haul from Jacksonville. Moving on, the LA Rams are on the clock at pick 26. We had a super chat coming in from Freddie K, our friend Freddie, coming in saying, "Go Rams." He's counting on you here, Jake. Got a couple of trade offers coming your way. I know you'd love nothing more.
Fleece me?
I know. You'd love nothing more than to work with Detroit. That's your dream scenario on Thursday night.
I just want to know why I'm giving up 127.
You're the only one who's gotten a trade offer from Detroit where Detroit's not dropping their pants on it too. Every trade offer Detroit,
why would I give that pick up? Like,
so these are your 2 options. You got that Detroit option, pick 28 for 26, and then a 127 for a second round swap. Then you have Washington coming in. They're willing to give you 29 for 26. And then 202 for their next year's third.
Certified ass, man.
Jake and just, yeah.
Couple of red buttons on that.
Well, I'm going to take Washington's ass offer here just because I like.
You can do a trade offer.
I could do a trade. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I don't do PFN normally. Okay.
Or counter.
You counter it.
No, they have no pick, so I'm gonna reject. Nice
Maybe
try,
the other
Washington. And
what about Detroit?
Detroit can go to hell.
Jake's hate for Detroit knows no bounds. Even doing
I do want to point out that the premier franchise in the NFL traded up to go get Walter Nolan here. So I'm just saying. I feel validated.
I wish you would have pointed that out. Okay. Yeah.
You can watch Chris Jones do a lot of
Wait,
playing.
why
ahead of
did
him.
why did they
He's on the
trade up in
bench.
front of the Rams? Like the Rams
Because they're
won't
worried
take
about you
Walter
taking
Nolan.
them.
You guys like 3 techs? It's your thing.
Why the hell would they take Walter? That doesn't make sense.
You guys like 3 techs like fat kid love cake.
Ask the Jaguars for 36, 70, and 107. Well, to start.
No, he already got 36 from the
Yeah.
Jags. Isn't that the trade he just made?
Brandon
But
just
Oh, you
leased
did
it.
the trade with the Jags?
You gotta come to me, my friend.
Oh,
You want a deal? You come to me.
I was.
Million there.
I wasn't even thinking about like it just because of the realism. The guy who was there, their GM came from the Rams. I don't know why I can't remember his name. James Gladstone. So I feel like that could be a trade there. All right. Let's see if the Jets want to do anything. 42.
Yeah, let's see what the Jets got going on.
You're like, yeah.
Let's screw over the
Let's
Jets.
Take all that
Take it. Take it.
All right. 26 for 42, 73, and 110. Let's see.
Yeah,
what they do.
make them work for it.
Yeah,
Let's
force
see what
it.
they do. I
Force
don't
it.
feel like that's too much.
Jackson Dart.
It's rejected all day long.
Yeah, they're not loving that. They're not geniuses, but they're not idiots.
They
Yeah.
ain't PFF over here. You got to give the goods up a little bit, buddy. You got to show a little leg, Jake.
I gotta lose my trades. Come on now. 42, 73, and 145. If they don't take that, then the hell with y'all. All right. They are
Stick and pick.
the Rams are gonna trade down. I'll go with let's just do one. They trade out of the first. We'll take we'll take Chicago 41 and let's see. Oh, I thought they had another. Let's see. I don't want to trade all the way down in the second. I'm looking for people that have like decent picks. The hell?
You could do the Giants. Well, Shadir's already off the board. I saw it. The Steelers trade up to 13 for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to get like something in the third round with that second round pick because otherwise it doesn't really make sense to trade down.
Couldn't you do like 41 and 72?
Right. I was thinking, yeah.
41 72?
Yeah,
You want to try that?
Right.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's try that. See if
Okay.
it works. I don't know if it'll work.
Nope.
To hell with y'all.
Ain't easy on here.
Giants 34 and 99.
They might have traded it. No, they didn't.
I mean, I'm getting fleeced by this point. I'm just trying to be realistic here.
Dang, no one wants to trade with you.
All right. This is why I hate this.
Just
I
take
absolutely
Jackson
hate this
Dart,
site.
man.
Yeah,
No.
come on,
Right.
get it over with already.
We're not
Milrow.
taking Jackson
Don't
Dart.
try to avoid this.
You know it's
All right.
inevitable.
All right. Let's
You made it bigger.
Look at it's linear. It's linear.
let's do this because we're gonna have to unfortunately take 20.
He's scrolling. Just goes to Dart every time where he's scrolling it.
I'm trying to make it realistic. So let's because I do think they might trade out. So let's do with the Giants. They trade up for Jackson Dart here. So we'll take 34. And we'll take a second rounder in 2026 and a fifth rounder this year. 154. Yeah.
Nope.
Dang.
I hate this site, dude. Are you kidding me? This site's
Not meant
trash.
to be.
Try Cleveland. Try Cleveland.
I just think
One of these two is gonna dance on Thursday night. It's a matter of who. It's a
they would
guarantee.
absolutely have taken. All right, you know what? Let's just do the Giants trade. Don't include the fifth round pick because I'm over this already. So yeah, 26 down to 34 to get a second rounder in 2026.
Damn.
They're gonna say no.
Wow.
And if they say no, then this site is just
Oh,
complete
Dang.
trash.
Let's go.
This is I hate this. All right.
and you can't even force it either.
Yeah, it's just garbage like that. You don't think that they would accept that?
Oh, I think they would. I've seen them give up way more to get up into the first for a worse pick. At the Bills
gotta
spot
want
at
it.
30, I have been taking the Giants to town. I mean, I have been robbing them blind
Taking
in the
them to the
majority of my
clinic.
mocks. Yeah. So what do you think here, Jake? Want to try Cleveland? See what they got going on?
Sure. I
You'll
can't
probably
believe,
get a
I
taste your
can't
offer coming
trade
around your
down, which
second
is
round pick.
insane.
You'll
But
probably get a taste your offer coming around to your second round pick. Where you guys don't have a second round pick. Oh, that's right. Oof.
yeah, so I was trying to.
You could package like the 90 in for the 67.
Okay, yeah, give him a third, like give him a 2026. That's how we'll get around this because the thing is just BS. Give him a 2026 like third rounder.
Okay.
And I'll take, because this is actually how it would probably go down if they did that. Cleveland trading up for Jackson Dart, let's just say. So they'd be looking at, yeah, I think you could get 33 and you could get 94 for that. That's not crazy.
Reject.
I like it.
Hey.
Jesus. Oh, okay. Now y'all.
I told you.
Now
I just
y'all
told
wanna
you.
trade.
I warned you on that one. I gave you the warning saying you're going to get a taste of your offer, but you had to do your little trade back.
I would have had another pick until 90.
Well,
But they did do what the prophecy foretold, by the way.
They did.
How about that?
Sorry, Jake.
And I'll tell you right now, like, I don't know if he. Oh yeah, I see Milrow there. I already went with Milrow last time, so I'm gonna try and do something I think the Rams would do if it wasn't Milrow. I don't think Luther Burden will be there, to be honest with you. So I am gonna go with Jack Besh here. I'm hearing that they really, really, really like him, Brandon. They really like him.
They like him. They like him this high.
Yeah, he's a Ram thing. He looks all rammy. So that's that's what they're doing. I know it is. I saw this one coming a mile away.
Because there's a lot of guys there, so that does seem like a reach because of the.
Yeah, that's a huge reach. You should not have him go to LA. Burden though, Burden, man, did you see those one-on-ones from practice? Yeah, that sure looks like a guy that can play on the outside.
All right, let's see. Oh man, I don't know if he's not going to go in the first round or not, but I'm kind of leaning towards Travion Henderson right now, to be honest with you.
Do it.
Really?
That's a hell of a weapon for you. That to be a nice 1-2
over Hampton with being on the board.
Oh yeah,
they already got
grade on Henderson.
They got the Grinder and Williams already. This gives them a more of the 1-2 Thunder and Lightning thing.
Okay,
yeah,
I like this.
I'm going to go with Travion Henderson.
All right, that's different. Trayvon Henderson,
took
top
him
of the
last week
second
and
round
you
of the
took him this
Rams.
week. I like it.
Yeah.
All
He ends up in
so-
this division. It's inevitable. Cardinals will probably end up taking him at this rate.
Yeah, we've done it enough. It looks like he's going to be in the West. Who's going to be in Seattle at pick 36? Brandon, you got that haul from Jacksonville, and now the first of that haul is up.
Sweet. Well, I'm a man that's just going to trust my board here, Z-Bot, so I ain't going to take a lot of your gentlemen's time. I mean, who could I want here? Well, Kenneth Grant's still on the board. The guy I took in the first round last week, but yet I still get the bundle of picks this week, and I get to take him. Now, I could just say I want to do something different, but do I want to do the best draft, or do I just want to do something different? I guess that's the question to pose here. And
Yeah,
when it comes
to do something different.
I bet you do. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll make a deal with the boys. I won't do Grant again. That's my value pick, but then none of you can take him through the rest of the second round. Yeah.
And he won't be there.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
going
He'll be
top
gone
10.
in a moment's
Okay,
notice.
fair enough. I'll go. Okay, are we agreed on that, boys? Jesse, did I get agreements? I saw you just kind of went silent.
I'll agree to that.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, all right. We'll go Donovan Jackson. Let's deal with our left guard situation
Scout
right off
from
the jump.
All right, Jonathan Jackson, pick 36.
That's a stout pick.
Come on, give me Ty League. No, I haven't made a trade yet. Let's see what these offers are. Buffalo.
Ooh, them Buffalo Bills trying to come up and get a corner right here. Trey
Buffalo
Amos
trying
to the
fleece
Bills.
me. Look at this, guys.
By
Look
the
at
way,
these
this is
guys.
going to happen, and then I guarantee you, San Fran gets a call because this is inevitable to me. The Bills have got to get in front of Miami, Arizona, and Atlanta if they want a corner in the second round. If not, they're absolutely cooked. They have got to do it.
They're cooked.
So the only way they can do it is with either San Francisco or probably Indy, because I don't think Dallas is going to trade out of that 44 either. So, Jesse, just be on alert for Thursday.
As much as I would love to trade back, the guy that I want is right there. Tyleek Williams. I got to go with Tyleek.
Good pick.
All right. Tyleek Williams falls.
I mean, that makes more sense to me, Jesse, than Nolan, where it's like you're getting a guy that's going to help you the run and inside big time there from the 3 tech.
Don't look my way,
second.
D-Bot.
Mike,
Don't look my way.
Mike, what I tell you?
Yeah.
What I tell you?
Don't look my way. Close it.
Tell me you're taking Trey Amos here, my friend.
So what I'm gonna do here, Trey Amos, you're a Cardinal. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Jalen Milrow. Milrow.
Man.
Amos. Yep.
For all I've done, I make 2 calls. I call San Fran and I call Arizona, and they both told me to walk in the street. Trey
Right.
Amos,
Kick rocks.
Cardinal. All right, Seattle back up with that wealth of picks.
He's
Getting
my top
some more
corner.
offers here.
Yeah. Goodness.
All right, Brandon.
Could you give me a little tiny, just little scroll down from the names
Sure.
we got there too on that? No. Okay, so we're good. You can go back up on that. All right, we're going to go with my right tackle right guard, potential convert if he needs to kick inside there. And a guy that I do have a late first round grade on, another youngster that's a lot like Armand Mabo. I don't think he's that really far away from a guy like Mabo, but Mabo's just gotten heightened up through this process for whatever reason versus this guy. That's going to be Arante Arise from Minnesota.
I like
God, dude. Ariante Ursary. Jeez, I love him.
So that was 2 offensive line picks in the second round here.
Got to get it figured out. Like Jesse said last week, if I moan if I don't go pick him, he's not wrong.
This is right here, right?
That's the guy. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Locked in. All right, you're back up again with 52.
Oh, so many picks, gentlemen. Just so
I
many
know.
selections. My God, I don't know where to go with it. All right. We're going to go with Benjamin Morrison. from Penn State.
No, God.
Sorry, Buffalo.
Come on. It was the last. It was the last hope. What a draft so far, Brandon. Benny Morrison out of the ND. All right, the Bills.
Who did Buffalo end up going with?
Yeah, I'm interested. Well, they got Porter.
Darian Porter. Okay,
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not a bad consolation prize.
Yeah, and Makuba. All right, I'm honestly, I don't hate that, but they tried. They tried. All right, Seattle, you're up again. This is one hell of a draft you're constructing for yourself here.
All right, my picks again. Check out my picks, please.
Okay, you have.
No,
sorry, Arizona's up.
Yeah.
Where am I looking here?
Why am I?
Go back.
No,
Go
Seattle's up. Seattle's up. Go to my picks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seattle.
There you
Okay,
go.
There
my
we
bad.
go.
Okay.
Holy crap, that's a lot.
Damn, what a draft, Brandon. Holy hell, look at that.
Damn.
Holy crap.
Here we go, tasty here. Okay, so let's go back over and we're gonna stay value here, gentlemen. Can I just scroll down to how many picks I've got in my third round here? I can't even remember.
Yeah, you have, let's see, you have, God.
Okay.
70, 82, 88,
more.
92. My
That's
God.
nuts.
Okay, so then we're gonna complete the rebuilding here of the offensive line. We're gonna pull this and get this knocked out for all. You know what? No, we're not. We're going up. We're going upside here, just like with Morrison all the way. Injury or not, I'm going with what's the best upside of the safety in this class, Kevin Winston Jr.
Hell
Penn
of a
State.
pick.
Great
Love
pick.
it. Absolutely love it. Man, this is coming together for you, Brandon. All right. San Fran on the clock. Pick 75.
Hold on. Go back to the trade offers. I haven't
So we
taken
had
that
one
yet,
here
so
from LA.
86 and 125.
What?
I'm going to accept this
That's
offer.
not bad.
And they make you give up 252 though. That's it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
accept
wild.
it.
Cool. Love it. Knocking back a few to move up
They must really
substantially
want a
later
Michigan
on.
guy. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay.
All right, Mike, you're up. So far, so good. And you have the 78th overall pick.
Okay. Scroll down for me just a tiny bit. Let's take a look to see who's down there.
Why do you have no picks? What the hell was that? Like 4 picks?
Who, me? Who, Cardinals?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 6.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, we had a crazy amount of picks last year.
Oh, I'm trading down then if I'm the Cardinals in the first round.
They might. They might.
I didn't even know that.
I think it's going to be tough to trade down in this draft.
I was just going to
Really.
say, man,
That's
who the hell
true.
doesn't want to trade down, you know?
Yeah. I think what we're going to go here, we're going to go Chris Paul Jr.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good pick.
That's a great pick. I love that guy.
80.
Number
Up
80.
a little
80.
bit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Linebacker out of Ole Miss to Arizona. Brandon, what do you know? You're back up again, and the Bills are calling.
Hey, the Bills are interested.
And they've called the whole division so
I
far.
You guys, I'm gonna have to block you guys at this point.
Yeah.
I got like some X's like this. All right. Scroll down if you can on the board for me a little bit, please.
I just realized what you said. Oh man.
Okay, if we could go to the wide receivers, let me take a look at what we're looking at with that. Ooh. All right, so wide receivers got a bit of a drop-off threatening to happen here. I'm going back to Savion Williams just because that's the guy I like of these receivers left. So let's get Savion on the board here.
All right, Savion.
I need to get my receiver in this draft somewhere, at least a guy like this.
Okay. Jesse, back up again at 86.
Perfect. Reject them all, obviously. We go to all real quick. Ooh.
There's some guys I like.
Yeah. Scroll down a little bit more, just out of curiosity.
And for the record, guys, Alfred Collins is not a nose tackle. Went back and watched his tape again on that and just...
No. He's definitely not. Man,
people keep trying to push that one up there. And I'm like, what?
Let's go back up. But I will happily take Alfred Collins, pair him next to Tyleik Williams.
That's your 1-2 punch, man. That's your run defense would go up a mile with those two guys at the 3-tech at that point.
Let's do that right here, actually. Yeah.
I mean, you guys might legitimately have one of the stronger run defending 3-tech rotations at that point in the league with those two guys.
Brandon, we got a new number. I know you blocked us, but you can't get rid of us that easily.
I'm just not that into you, Z-Bot. Dude.
Oh, man.
88. You've already went nuclear here. What goes down at 88? Plus, you're picking 4 away from this as well at 92.
A little bit of a drop down, if you could, for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little more. You can go faster. I can read them quick. Okay. So, can you go defensive tackle for me, please? Defensive line. Okay, we'll go with go back to all. We'll go with Gunnar Helm, tight end out of Texas, please.
Love it. Man. Well, we had to complete the quad somehow, and we just did. The last call. We call the Rams at 90.
I mean, I would do that, but I already traded. So
true.
Well, you can trade. You can take trade offers if you want.
Well, we're not.
He just wants him to trade with the Bills.
We're not amending. We're not amending. I'm not doing that.
General rule. It's not. It's a guy.
Wait. I didn't get a trade. I didn't get a trade yet. I didn't get a trade yet, so we'll just count it as that.
He's so obsessed with the Bills. He's trying to trade for the Bills in the video game.
I'm starting to feel bad for Brandon Bean. The poor guy, his thumb's got to be killing him dialing the West here, and nobody's answering, for God's sakes.
They won't answer? Right. They just won't even answer?
I'm telling you right now, they must be in cahoots. But you're picking at 90 here, Jake.
This one's a no-brainer for me. It's Ozzie Trapilo. You put him there behind Rob Havenstein for this year. He's your 6th man on the offensive line, which is really good. And, of course, you have Bo Limmer, who's also a backup. So your backups are good. And then he could be the franchise right tackle of the future. So I thought Ozzie's tape was fantastic. Really like the player. I think he fits well here at 90.
Love it. Ozzie, love that name too.
I mean,
Brandon, listen. You either get a restraining order or we're going to keep calling. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
My lawyer, Jesus,
yeah.
Again.
Have your lawyer call my lawyer. I don't even know who they would want this bad at this point. I don't even know.
You getting that quarterback insurance, I guess.
The Bills just don't have a third, so they're just begging to get involved. I think at some point they're getting bored over there.
This is going to be one that's a little bit of a need for me, and I want to explain myself because I know there's some folks that like the other guy that I'm going to be passing on. So let's go back to defensive line if we can. And I understand, so he's on the board right here. There's some 3-techs on here. Robinson's the 3-tech, lots of 3-tech. Deion Walker, I don't think any of us want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. Now, I know that you guys like CJ West, and I do like him as a nose tackle too.
Yeah.
But he is a little bit more in that alignment of being an attacking kind of nose tackle more than, to me, a pure 2-gapper. Not a root and place guy, but a guy you want more attacking. And we need more 2-gapping guys to take up space here. So I'm going to go again. This is a little bit of a reach for me. I know I'm much higher on him than many people are, but I do think with his age, he's only 21 years old. He's only going to get better. Jordan Phillips.
No, Jordan Phillips.
Like that.
All right. Love it. Brandon, by the way, this was the recap from the Hall from Jacksonville. And man, I mean, you will be ear to ear grinning this weekend if somehow the Hawks pull that off, man.
I'll be doing handstands the whole stream.
All right, Jesse, you're up at 90, or excuse me, Jake, you're up at 94 here. What looks good?
Let's see all. All right. I'm going to go with Torrey Horton here. I think he is a really good fit for the Rams. Did not end up taking a wide receiver and kind of regretting it. Honestly, the trade was ass, but I just wanted to get something in there. So, yeah, Torrey Horton, injury last year. I think people forget how good he was with, Nicolosi, Fowler Nicolosi, I think his name was, at quarterback. You watch the tape. I mean, he did not have a lot he was working with, but I just think he has some great stuff. Really good route runner, willing blocker. I think he would fit well into that offense. And he's also not like a big name. We keep talking about like a Luther Burden or somebody, and that's great. But Torrey Horton isn't going to put like tons of pressure on some of these other guys. Like, I feel like you're drafting a guy that makes sense for the long term. And while he can help you in the short term, it's not like forcing Sean McVay's hand where, I see people, even like Bucky Brooks mocked, Ted McMillan in the first round to the Rams. And it's like, if that were to happen, like Sean McVay is going to play him over the $11 million in a year to Atwell. You know what I mean? So it really does kind of create that. And I think it gives Torrey Horton also some time to recover from that injury. So if he's not 100%, they already have guys. But yeah, I'll go with Torrey Horton. He's going to stay wearing horns.
Love that. Love that pick. I've been mocking him to Buffalo. That's great. I love that.
He slept on this draft a little bit.
He is.
Jesse, pick 100. You are on the clock.
Who'd you want to go at 101, Jake? I'll just out of curiosity.
Yeah, right. Omar Norman Lott.
Can you show me the running backs?
Yes.
Man, I love Gideon's, dude. I love Gideon's. He's so much fun.
Okay. What about offensive guards?
Do you guys need a tight end for the Kittle holdout?
Let's chill out, all right? Chill out. Let's go.
Jesse was a little pissed there.
Let's go. Let's go, Dylan Fairchild, guard out of Georgia.
Oh my goodness!
I don't want to talk about Kittle right now.
Oh man, love it. All right, you're right up afterwards, Jake, at 101.
What are we looking at tight end?
Speaking of which,
you buying a Rojo? You buying the Rojo hype?
I'm not loving the tight ends there. Can you scroll down though? I'm curious where my guy is. Really? All the way down there?
Plenty of time.
All right. Yeah, there's no point. Okay, so we went with tackle. We got a Havenstein replacement, got a wide receiver long term, and got a running back that's going to complement Kyron Williams as well as anybody. What about the quarterbacks?
Now we're talking.
Ooh.
Now we're
Okay.
Quarterback?
Not
Kyle
awful.
McCord.
Not
Ewers.
Howard.
I just died a little bit inside after you said Quinn Ewers. I was like, no.
His face caught up in his big arm. He's just got a big, sweet golden arm.
All right, defense. Sorry, Z-Bot. I'm making you do all sorts of
No,
stuff.
make me work for it.
The innuendos on this draft, I'm so uncomfortable.
Do you not like Knight, Jake?
What?
Do you not like Knight?
I love Knight. What is he's there?
Yeah, he's right there. 95.
Oh my god. Him and Ashton
40 years
Galati.
old.
I love both of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Demetrius Knight Jr. I think that's something the Rams would do. They like their older players. Already got some young guys, so why don't you add Demetrius Knight Jr., who guaranteed can start next to Omar Spates, and he's honestly my third best linebacker in this draft. So
Love it. Nice assist, Brandon. Very well done. Very nice play.
I don't know how I didn't see him, so I appreciate it, Brandon.
It's smaller writing. It's not easy to see on there, so it can get lost.
All right. I thought I was going to have to upgrade the old prescription here.
Will you show me the edges real quick?
Yep.
Just out of curiosity. Man. Okay. All right. Not too excited about this. Okay. Let's go to all again.
Not a Jack Sawyer guy?
Yeah, no. Not at all. Actually, let's go to running back real quick.
Tyler Barron, I hear, is pretty good.
All right, let's go Damian Martinez.
Let's go. Nice pick.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Damian Martinez.
Were you guys on Bashul Tootin? Because like my whole
Can you go to
YouTube
tackle?
following is obsessed with him, and I'm not a fan.
If you look at the tape last year, I've seen a lot of running backs this way. I think the key, if you watch him last year, especially knowing that he put up the 1,300 yards he put up, is that watch his tape with running backs that have gotten over a off-season surgery, but they're still just getting over the hump.
I'll go back
He's
to all.
dragging that leg with him all last year, yet still rushing for 1,300 yards. So when he
So
came
you're
into,
high on him.
I'm high on him because what you saw from the testing and why he looks so good in testing versus what you don't see on the tape is the fact that he was partially injured. And so that's what you want to look
makes
for.
sense.
Omar Norman.
Market
Moore.
opportunity in the kind of draft. There's a lot of guys in this draft. I mean, I drafted a guy in a Winston that's where you're trying to take a guy that, they had played their final senior year, they'd have their stock so much higher risen than it is. And you try to jump on those guys. We did this with Jackson Smith and Jigba, who had his whole final year of college knocked out for a hamstring. So he dropped to us at 20 versus if he had played that whole final year.
Okay.
Give me Lot if you don't mind. And then I am going to trade up somewhere in the 120. So make sure you get that pause ready.
Got
You
it.
better
All right.
hit that pause fast, dude,
Yeah.
because that thing's going to fly.
Yeah, I know. Norman Lott, by the way, tanks down to Mike at 115.
Great
And
pick,
Airborne's
Mike.
coming in.
Great pick,
Can't
Mike.
be outdone by the Rams, says Airborne. Go Cardinals. Can't be outdone by that pick. Value. Norman Lott at 115. All right, let me try this trigger finger here. Let's see how quick I can go.
You got to click the
Yo,
first one.
what?
You didn't even click it. There he goes.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a trade up real quick here with the Bengals.
Okay.
We only got one pick left, I think. No, we got two. Obviously the 152. And then hell, give him 225.
Bro doesn't want to pick ever again. He's
Yeah,
just-
I'm done after this one. Yeah, for 119. Let's see if they accept it. Bastards. Okay.
Dude, that actually makes me like angry. Like when I
go
see
back to-
that, I'm like, you're declining me? Like what?
So hard.
Like
Go
oh
back
my
to the
god.
Bengals. Give him the 152, and then maybe just give him maybe a
Fourth
fourth
next year.
And maybe
Yeah,
just
fourth.
punch him in the face too.
Right, exactly.
Like, are you kidding me? You accept my trade. Like
And-
what, this is not negotiable.
And 225?
Sure, just fuck it. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey.
Great.
I thought you were gonna have to go all Godfather style.
Right.
Break your kneecaps. You know that's
Anthony Belton.
Oh, I love it. I love Belton, man. I love it. I can't believe he's still there.
Put me on the tackle side.
That's crazy.
Offense tackle.
I cannot believe he's still there.
I thought he'd
There
be
he is,
in
right
like
there,
the
135.
90s.
There you go. Appreciate it.
Oh, I
That's
gotta resume it.
beautiful.
All right. Love it. Nope.
Be so funny if you just mic dropped and walked off. I'm good. That's it.
Right. Appreciate it.
Final pick for Mike.
Oh,
Well done.
London just went. Oh my gosh.
All right, Jesse.
Oh, right before your pick.
Live by the sword.
You got a million
Yeah.
of them left.
Let's look at the safeties.
Not bad.
Mhm,
You got a little bit there. There's a little meat on that bone.
God, I hate to get him again in this draft. I think I got him last time, but I don't like anybody else if I don't get him, so I have to go with Malachi Moore here.
Love it.
You bastard.
Pick. I like that pick.
It's a good
I
pick.
hate you.
Right before Jake had the chance. 120.
I would not have picked him that high, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm curious what we're looking at cornerback. Did you hear that? That was my heart dropping. Like, like what the actual hell? Okay, so there's no cornerbacks. Sick. Awesome. Yeah, it's sick, nasty is what they used to say. So yeah.
Tight,
all
tight,
right, yeah.
tight.
Yo, that's so chill. All right. Good Lord. I would totally trade down now. That's the thing that sucks. Let's see. Scroll down for me.
Quinn,
The mouse wants it to happen.
No. Keep scrolling. Oh my God. There's just like.
This is what I like to call picking at 127 right here.
Yeah,
Just a
this
whole lot.
This is yeah, exactly. Okay. Can you?
That's the
back
problem
to-
with taking that running back early is you would have loved to have gotten Brashard Smith right here.
Well, actually, I didn't mean to actually you, but this is how it came out. But no, I actually have a new absolute love at running back. It's Trevor Etienne. I actually had him as my 5th running back. Yep. So that's why I'm sitting here like, man, I messed up. Because I love Travion Henderson, and I feel like that's something that they could consider. I think I just got so flustered when I saw where Jack Besh was ranked on their thing. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just get him. And I forgot I didn't get the pick that I should have from the Browns. So I didn't have that pick at like 70 when he came off the board. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of threw me off. All right. Yeah, can you check out tight ends again? Okay. No. Interior defensive line.
Wow, CJ West went.
Got some guys.
Jeez. Okay. Edge.
Steelers staked you on West 3 picks before.
Yeah, that Mondin pick really kind of. Oh no, the West pick sucks. Okay, safety. No, good lord. All right, go back to all. I'm sorry, I'm like flustered here. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Panicking, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna choke here.
You got a good amount left, too. You might as well just say F it here at this point.
Washington has made
know
their
what?
choice. They've jumped ahead
I'm
of
in
you.
the 4th round. I'm in the 4th round, and I'm just gonna go with Kyle McCord since I think that's what they would do.
There we
here,
go.
Based on where they're at. So yeah, and I like Kyle McCord.
I do too. I think
He's
it's
the only
great.
one I would even draft. There's not any one of those players that I would just be like, all right, on to 2026. We didn't get a quarterback.
By far above, well better than anything else remaining on the board there,
Yep,
from my
I
perspective,
agree.
too.
I don't even think he'll be here. I think he's probably going to get drafted in the 3rd round, but I'll take him.
Cord and McVay.
Okay, get yours off my sight line, please.
What? Get what?
Get him off my sight line. He's in
He
my.
doesn't want to accidentally hit
I don't
it.
want to. I don't want to see him at the top of any of my board ever.
Yeah.
Well, you got to keep
Oh,
it
he's
going. You
best
got to
available.
keep it going, Brandon. Seth's saying you're killing it, and
Let's
you got
go,
to do
Seth.
well by Seth. So
We
you're
gotta
up
finish
again.
this off. We got to finish this off, though. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, so many good little selections and picks to go through here. Scroll down if you could for me on that one. We'll just kind of stay value-based centric here. And if you can go defensive line for me real quick, and then back to the okay, scroll down a little bit. Okay, go back to all. Okay, I am going to and little scroll down, one more little scroll down. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. We're gonna go with Savion Williams. The guy took in my Jones. I keep calling him Williams because I got the other Sam. So I'm gonna go Savion.
You're
Savion
doing it again?
I know. No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go different. Let's go Teddy
Savion,
Buchanan.
Savion.
Let's do a different one because I did it.
No, don't do different.
No,
Yeah,
I'm doing
yes,
different.
yes,
I'm
yes,
taking
yes.
Teddy Buchanan.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know the Niners want him. So this makes this pick better for me because then it also drives a heart into the Niners' heart, the knife into the Niners' heart. So Teddy Buchanan, final line set.
Buchanan just feels like an all-American name. Buchanan. Like
That's
I
a
don't know.
linebacker name, baby.
It is 100%. Love it.
Teddy with the E after the Teddy.
Oh, look at Buffalo.
Wow.
Buffalo's
here.
calling again, and as
Oh,
Alex
geez.
said
Damn,
earlier,
Buffalo.
Are you guys like this with everybody out east?
well, he's saying if one of y'all don't accept Buffalo's offer, Bean Man is going to send that crazy fan with 1,000 Chipotle forks and force the issue. And if you don't know who he's talking about me. I collect Chipotle forks. I have plenty of them. And Brandon Bean knows I'll answer the phone. He knows I'll answer the phone. So be careful.
Ziba,
Damn
who do you think we
dude.
should
You
draft?
took Buchanan. Oh,
Oh, man.
give me a linebacker.
no.
Will you pull up
No.
linebackers for me? I just want to see what the landscape looks like.
What Tumbo do you?
Looks pretty good, actually. That's probably the only good spot.
I hate you so much right now.
Nick Martin's right there. Colin Oliver.
Yeah. Dude, all right. Go to corner. Let's go. God, it's just too much of the same. Let's Let's go edge real quick. All right, you know what? I'm not as high on him, but let's go Savion Jones.
Savion.
Flip-flop.
So you guys traded. See,
let's
it's all
Traded.
fine.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
traded.
The
That's
NFC
fair.
West
Equal.
loaded with the Savions. You're back up again, Jesse. 147.
What are we at edge again? I might double up here on edge.
Q.
Oh,
Little early. Okay. Go to offensive lineman. What do we have at center?
Seth.
Jake Majors, baby.
Ooh.
Go Jake
Okay.
Majors.
Damn.
Jakey Majors. Come on down.
Smart.
You're back up again. 160. You got a haul in the back end here.
Lord.
The fourth round here. It's the fourth round. Go back to corner.
You really upgraded the Jake at center.
And
Like a whole
we'll go Rainsaw here.
Okay. Well, a nice little fourth round here for Jesse. All right, Brandon, keep the ball rolling here. 172.
all right.
I'm shocked the Bills
Brown
didn't
blue.
call with 173 and 177 here.
Can I see my picks? I got to go through and make sure I remember all these things.
It's like the guy who's like, "Oh, you mind if I count my money in front of you real quick to make sure it's all there?" Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah.
All right, and then let's go back to offensive line for me, and then interior offensive line.
He picked 2 more
OC.
times.
Sorry,
before.
center.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with the best center in this draft if he hadn't have been injured this past year, Seth McLaughlin.
Love it.
Mm.
I like that.
Love it. You're back up again, by the way. 175.
Let's go to corner, please. Defense corner. And let me just see corner and defensive line, just the two of them back and forth really quick.
There's your guy. Zaw is there.
So is
Zaw.
there. And back to defensive line real quick on that one. Okay. So, yeah, let's go with Zaw Frazier.
Love it. All right, Jake. 190.
He fell. He won't be there. I think they have his ranking really off here. Mello Dotson. I had to grab a Jayhawk, but he's an absolute stud. And I think Kobe Bryant is a better tackler, and that is the one reason why I think he'll go ahead of him. But I actually like Dotson more than Kobe, and I think he's being slept on big time. And at the Shrine Bowl, I thought he looked really good. And yeah, I wasn't there, but just the different workouts he had, and the practices themselves. So I'm going to take Dotson. Ball skills. I think the Rams could use some interceptions. So this could be a long-term addition, and I think I'd be very happy with him at one night. I would be very happy with getting another Kansas Jayhawk in a Rams uniform. So
What are the odds, by the way? Same position, same school, a Mello and a Kobe. That's something else.
I know.
I love that. All right, Mello, Dotson.
Yeah.
Plus,
Do
by the way,
again.
I'm pretty sure Mello beat Kansas to win Syracuse's only national championship.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
So just
Why would you bring that
That was
up?
subtle, dude. That came
Why
from
would
left
you bring
field,
that
man.
up?
That was like one of those slaps. You just-
Dude,
2001 was
and
it?
I just picked a Syracuse guy too. It's so funny to me that you brought that up, because I have been saying that some of the underrated guys, not really Gadsden, but it's been Kyle McCord in my opinion, and then I think LaQuinn Allen is a
yeah.
stud. Like he's a top 10 back in this draft. He really is, in my opinion. And Z-Bot, I had somebody say I was biased towards Syracuse because they're like, oh, he lives in New York. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark that he's probably a Syracuse fan. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I hate Syracuse. They beat Kansas. It's just funny that you brought
Well, I'm
that
pissed
up.
at Syracuse right now too, because I went home for Easter, and at the Carrier Dome Saturday night, I go on my Instagram feed. My buddy's in the pit at Metallica at the Carrier Dome, and I had
Oh
no
my
clue.
God.
I mean, that would have been an absolute lock on the way home. So I'm
Oh,
pissed
you're
at
saying you
Syracuse
were
myself
there
right now. I
and
went
you had
home,
no idea. Oh,
but I have
my
to
God.
drive through Syracuse to get home. So as I'm driving through, then I get home and I look at my phone. And I drove right by the damn concert. So
And it would have
pissed.
worked out perfectly for you.
It would have
That
been
sucks.
great. So I'm with you right now.
Yeah. No, that's
Even though that was got nothing to do with them, it's just where they play. But still, I'm pissed at them. Screw them.
Oh yeah, no, that's BS. Easy one here. Craig Woodson's an absolute baller. I think he's better than wherever he's going to get drafted because I think he's going to get drafted late day 3. I think he's a day 2 player and he's a lot of fun to watch. His tape is really fun. If you guys haven't watched him, definitely check him out. I'll take Craig Woodson here.
Craig Woodson back on the clock again. 201 and 202 back to back picks here.
All right. I don't think Bassa will be here. So I know a lot of Rams fans like him. I will not be picking him because I don't think that's really realistic. Can you scroll down for me?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, man. Okay, so I've decided we are trading Blake Corum to the Raiders to get a tight end.
Wow.
We're going to be getting Michael Mayer. And I just can't do it. I'm going to draft LaQuint Allen because I want him on my team. So Travion Henderson, LaQuint Allen, Kyron Williams. That's
So tight end, you said?
No, I was just making a joke. I'm going to take LaQuint. I'm going to take LaQuint Allen because I just think he's the best pass catching running back in this draft, and I'm kind of obsessed with this guy. And is he an elite athlete? No, he's not, and he doesn't have breakaway speed, but his type does translate. We just saw Tyrone Tracy. I feel like he's very similar to him, so I'm going to take LaQuint Allen.
Another Syracuse Orange joins the Rams. 202.
Then he's going to take Trevor Etienne.
Yeah. For me.
He's
F. Blake Corum.
He is not going to be there. It's just not happening. But I will take I don't think he's there, so never mind. Can you go down for me?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, I'll take my guy. I think he is a top 10 tight end in this draft. No one's talking about him. Alabama's CJ Dupree. I think when I watch him, I'm not saying he's George Kittle. I'm not at all saying that. But it's just like George Kittle, where you're talking about a blocker that just absolutely destroys people, just takes them right off the screen. And Dupree, when he's utilized as it's up. Yeah. When he's utilized in the passing game, he makes guys miss in space. He's not a great route runner, but there are other tight ends that have worked in this league that aren't great route runners. They just find the soft spot in the zone. So I'm telling you guys right now, this tight end draft, I'm very picky. There are a few tight ends I really like, and if I miss on them, whatever. CJ Dupree is probably going to go 7th round. I think he's a stud, and I think he's going to be a better pro than he was in college.
Brandon, 223 down to your final 2 picks.
Yeah, so I'm going to go a little bit of reaching for need on the final selection for me. I needed to come away in this draft with 2 nose tackles. I've got one in Jordan Phillips, high quality one, so we'll go with my other guy. I've mocked a lot in this, not in our last draft, I don't think, but this one I'm going to do so, and that's Nazir Stackhouse. I think that he's going to be a really good run defender at the next level. I think I've shorn up my run defense with this draft at Phillips and him as my 2 now nose tackles. It's also a force multiplier because now Byron Murphy gets to go to the 3 tech.
A lot of basketball.
Stackhouse, I like that.
Yeah. Love it. All right. And then Jesse, you're up.
Is this my last pick? I just want to double check.
You have 2 more.
One more.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Let's go to wide receiver real quick. Let's go Elijah Badger.
Love it. He's a stud. I also like Lambert Smith as well a lot.
Elijah Badger, man. I'm telling you, he's
top 15.
I think he'd be pretty good. He could be good.
Brandon, you're back up for your 100th pick of the draft.
I've got another one. Oh,
234.
Go OT, please. Okay, and then go OG.
Pick one of the hyphenated guys.
I know.
I was just gonna say. Oh no, you got to get Thomas Perry, dude. Come on now.
Let's go with Connor Colby.
Connor Colby.
He's from Iowa. Checks
Sounds like an Iowa name.
That totally does.
That does,
I was thinking the same thing.
Go to Edge for me real quick. Round this out. And like this.
Grab the Egyptian.
Who's the Egyptian?
Go to linebacker for me real quick.
That's Ahmad. That's Ahmad guy from Boise State.
All right, let's go with Kareem Reed.
Kareem Reed, Utah, and I think that's it.
Oh,
per
all
ounce.
right.
It's per ounce.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
compare real quick. Sorry, jeez. Okay, so last week Mike took Jalen Walker, Jaden Higgins, Femi Oladejo, Ty Robinson, Seth McLaughlin, and Raheem Sanders.
And this
I
week,
think I like this one better.
I actually like
Yeah.
it better, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
I like
I'm
this
liking
one
a look
better.
at this too.
This
Some-
week's more top heavy. Last week's was probably a little more deeper.
But I mean, if you're leaving with 5 picks, I feel like you got 5
Yeah.
guys that could really be a
Yep,
stud.
That's true. No,
I
it's
like
true.
it.
It's a really solid draft, Mike. You did a good job.
Mike,
Appreciate it,
you're
appreciate
getting
it.
an A+ from me for having.
Thank you.
What, 5 picks?
5
and
picks.
turning
I had
into
6,
that?
but
Jeez.
Especially in those top 3. I mean,
I
top
mean, he
4
gave up
really. Damn.
252, which was pretty ballsy. So, all right, go to the
I know.
Rams real
That's
quick.
hard to come by.
All right, 9 picks for
Last week he went with Jalen Milrow and a shocker. Jalen Knoll, Chris Paul, Brashard Smith, Jalen Travis, Hunter Wooler, Mac McWilliams, and Brew
Mackie Bag.
McCoy.
I think
I don't know
they're-
which one I like better. I like McCord more than I like Milrow, so I'll just go with this one.
Yeah, I just don't like Milrow in the first. That's the thing that would be the pusher to this one for
And
me.
I love
too.
Henderson.
He's actually now
So-
my number one guy on my board. Now, do I believe that he's the best quarterback in this draft? No. Do I think he's the best player in this draft? No. But for the Rams at 26, I want them to trade down and take Milrow, and if they can stay in the first round, get that 5th-year option. I think he's just so different from what they normally do, and that's why I'm so pro Milrow, because I think it's time to add that,
Something different.
athleticism. Yeah, exactly.
that's fair.
Makes sense.
Last week, I went with Walter Nolan, Travion Henderson. I like this one way better already, just because I had to take Kelvin Banks in this one. Walter Nolan, Travion Henderson, Marcus Mabau, Anthony Belton, Noel Williams, Smile Munden, Cam Jackson, Malachi Moore, Johnny Walker, Theo Weiss, and Brian Nesbitt. I'll go with that one over this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That one. Yep.
This is more what the Niners need, is the meat and potatoes draft of taking care of some things that are just, it's not a fun draft with all the sexy stuff on the edges. It's like you need to get the guys who can get the stuff done that's just going to
And it
all
doesn't
that.
really matter what you took last week, because my God, dude.
Yeah,
like,
this is
but you did end up with Savion Williams in this draft, which you got last week. And you also ended up with Nazir Stackhouse, who you also got last week, but the rest are completely different.
Brandon, bravo on that. This is a
Yeah,
crazy
this is
draft.
Absolutely insane haul.
I'll be a very happy
12
man if we can come on.
players.
7
insane.
picks in the top 92. That is something else.
That's great.
Listen, it's no Walter Nolan at 16, but
No, that it isn't.
If
Well,
the
fellas-
Jaguars give you that haul, I'm gonna be so mad. Really,
mad.
James?
I'll be
Really?
hot.
Well, I'll tell you this: it's what stands out about where the Hawks pick, and the Cardinals are kind of in this position as well, needing selections, is that seems to be right in the spot for what we're hearing, where one quarterback goes for sure up in the top. We don't know if really New Orleans is going to jump there at 9. So in the teens is where it looks like a team like the Giants, like the Browns, like maybe even one of these like Raider type teams that you don't think are going to need a quarterback, need to jump up to get theoretically ahead of the Steelers. We're probably then going to take a Shedeur Sanders there if they're picking at 23 or whatnot. So it could be also the sweet spot where they do make that kind of deal.
Well, and then also to your point, everyone's worried about the quarterbacks. People are worried about this and that, and then it gets somebody like a Jalen Walker. Not saying him specifically, but that level of player who might be top 5 on a team's board, and they're like, guys, we should just go and get this guy. Yeah, I mean that's what happened with the Rams and Braden Fisk. They had a 1st-round grade on him, and they're like, he's not going to make it to us. We're 12 picks away, and they decided to give away a 2nd-round pick to trade up. And sometimes when you have your guy, it's not. And that's the thing I think with the draft, different between us mock drafters, right? We're mock drafting. We don't have nothing holds us to this. Our jobs aren't on the line if we do this wrong. But like these guys, it's like you got to marry these players. That's the problem. You don't like, oh yeah, I could just get this guy later on. It's like, yeah, but like these are human beings that you're also interacting with. You're bringing in for visits, scouts know. And so I think that's really the grand scheme of things. And that's why I do think there'll be more trade ups than people are saying there will be right now.
I'd say a job well done all around. Brandon, do you still have the round of applause feature downloaded onto that board?
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Well done, gentlemen.
Fantastic.
That's great.
A round of applause, a deserving round of applause for the final mock draft on the NFC West Roundtable before the real thing. Less than 48 hours away from finding out what these four teams do in Green Bay at the draft. Cannot wait for next week, fellas, when we talk about what actually happened and break down each of the players that your four teams selected. That's coming your way next week. You're not going to want to miss it. So on the way out the door, like this one if you could, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you can be notified of all upcoming episodes, including next week, where we, of course, recap all that goes down at the draft this upcoming weekend. But for now, thank you so much for tuning into all of the draft coverage this offseason. We're finally here. Cannot wait to see how it all goes down. For Jesse, Jake, Brandon, and Mike, I'm your host, Z-Bot. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning into the NFC West Roundtable, and we'll see you on the next one.
Go Cards.
Go high.
Get ready to give the 49ers an A next